Hangover game. Okay. Video game. What quest am I on? That's a really good question. I have not played this in a few weeks, and I kind of don't remember what was happening. But I think I moved, like, to a different place on the map. You can feel free to help me out. You can womansplain the game to me. Oh, I just talked to that person. It's confused and mad at me.
Hello again.
Okay, never mind. What's this? The best quest in the game?
It's just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile.
Come on! Get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
Andre.
Safe to assume this is their leader. Or at least he thinks he is.
Squeeze in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for...
I'm actually not
Izzy.
many things. I just dislike the...
Sorry, Izzy's laying on my keyboard.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Interesting.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll shake his hand.
His grip
Izzy,
is strong,
not the
sweaty,
keyboard, please.
and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
Noid. I see foot. I
The
see
young man
Noid.
with earrings looks at you.
Ew, he's
suspiciously.
scary. I don't like him.
And Egghead. Egg!
Egg!
Together with a Cell Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
How many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer.
Potty mouth.
He has authority issues.
Okay. Was there something you wanted?
Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Okay.
Dopeheads.
True.
Burnouts.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah,
Hi,
strike that
Peanuts.
in Reversholt.
Strike that. The world.
The world!
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up.
Here's an idea. World peace.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burners really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
What kind?
The spooky kind.
What exactly do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse. People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead.
Thank you, Egghead.
So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll look into it.
All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
What's the status of the church? I haven't gone inside the building yet.
I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
What about the key?
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
I'm gonna try.
You see
Let's go!
the little piece
Catch it! I caught the keys, guys.
The speed freaks nod to you, approvingly.
Bask in the
The
glory.
young man with ribcage-shaped suspenders looks at you, standing there, with a goofy grin on your face. The word august, used as an adjective, that's how cool it feels to be old and cool in the eyes of the young.
That's true.
Let's face it, you're near death, yet bathed in the golden rays of stately grandeur, like a late summer's day, like a daddy-o, like a tequila sunset.
Damn right, I am Tequila Sunset. Arriva!
Of course you are. It's too late to be a tequila sunrise now. There will be no sunrise. Not for you.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
85%'s good enough. No one lives forever, baby.
Exactly. That's exactly what we thought.
The cage of the rage! Rough blade!
The cage of the rage. I love it.
The situation is monitored. It's relatively safe. No one has died yet.
Right, other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Who are the people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't even seen them and you want the police involved?
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical.
I love it.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never
Into
seen
water.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Tell me about the feeling.
And it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
What was that about something watching you?
Like you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Non-human means
Blokes are crazy.
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
Crab man?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Ambush behavior. Crab man. I love him.
Yeah, totally.
This guy
I mean,
rules.
I didn't personally see it. A cell was alone.
You should ask her about it.
Oops.
Be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
the implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution. Learn all you can before entering that dark building.
Can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
With a small surge
Did
of
I tweet that I'm live?
alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look
Yeah, I did.
behind it.
Jacked up into jacked up to some snuff
It's
station?
like one of those rich boy private radio stations where you can listen to people getting killed on and jerk off to it. Sick shit.
What?
Not that we would know anything about that. Noid just likes to relay stuff.
Okay.
We're getting derailed here. In short, you can tell to Noid about the machines. He'll tell you more.
So how can you be sure they're burnouts and dope heads if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
Why not? Let's go with that.
I don't see a single thing wrong with that argument.
I'm 70% sure they're substance users. Don't let the technology fool you.
Alright, let's talk about
Sure.
something else.
What?
You mentioned some kind... Elysius? Who are these people?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
I cannot even attempt to pronounce that. Hello. What do you mean by meteorin?
You know, of Meteo. Concerning Meteo.
And what is the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know.
I'm
I
gonna
can't
make
give
some
you a
mac and
precise
cheese
definition,
later and I'm
but they're a very
pumped.
powerful religious organisation.
And?
And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no?
It doesn't sound like they would appreciate a dance club in their church.
You're totally wrong about that.
Okay.
Pericarnassian church is about love, and Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We're done. Love is hardcore. Unity.
Love it.
Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
What the fuck?
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass, as if testing the waters.
No words, enjoy the beat.
Feels good.
Yeah. I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around! You're getting it!
Alright, it was lame of me to suggest otherwise. I'm so sorry. It's about love.
Yeah! Yakokata! Place to be!
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassians.
Yeko Kata!
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
Okay.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway,
I'm
you got more
sorry.
questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco happen! Bring the disco into this world! Get this church shit on, and then dance there, motherfucker!
I wanted to ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled too.
Oh. It's the one they sell at the fuel station.
Alright, enough of
He
this.
nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Let's try it.
Okay, so the speed freaks want to start a club for dance music.
Fuck.
That much checks out. Youths like music. You feel as though you might have liked music more when you were young, too. But you digress.
What's the
The
gist,
gist
of it?
of it is, they want to turn the church into a club. But a suspicious element has overtaken the building. It's very important to understand what the gist of things is. Always consult the gist before making up your mind. This is going well. Plus, and it has to be considered, you can't invent the future of dance music in this smelly old tent. Imagine if you had the church. That settles it. Analysis complete.
Alright,
Their story checks out.
alright, that's
As
it.
always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
Okay. Can I talk
A
to
young
you?
man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret,
Hardcore!
Is it?
It's hardcore!
I don't know what to say to that.
Skibber danger. I am the rearranger.
your cop training
Holy
did not
fuck.
prepare you for this. What to do?
Your cop training did not prepare you for this, bro.
Could there have been a right way?
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good. It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to
I
get a
am the
reading on your
rearranger.
sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
Sign?
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
Tell me about the machines you saw at the church.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
Yeah. The supernatural, so you think it's real that it actually exists.
Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human.
Is
folk
being pale a
rights,
disease?
That kind of stuff.
Damn. Why are you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without
Does this-
some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Alright, I'll come back. No, I don't know what the pale is. I am rather unsure. Did I? I don't remember if I did. The company lady about the world? Oh, maybe I
Pain
did.
of Etonite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles.
Maybe
are
I
holding
did
it
figure this out, but
up, barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
what is this?
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
Push.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Okay. Convenient. Where did this go to? I'm trying to, I feel like Disco Elysium right now because I'm trying to
Slow let go
remember
forever show.
what the fuck
Flick
has
some
happened
more
in the
wet snow
game
from above.
so far, so. Alright, look around.
The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring.
How does it feel?
You're warm in your coat, though your cold, damp hair sticks to your head unpleasantly. You should have a hat. You survey
Oh.
the landscape around you.
What's in the west?
More winding coastlines lined with abandoned buildings, crumbling piers, salt water lapping at their dark piles, grey and red forgotten city blocks, what remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast.
And beyond that?
The waters turn black, Coal City in the shadow of San Martin, a boom town. Back when coal extracted from countless shafts near the city was needed to power Revachol. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet.
What is there?
Below the old mines, L'Océan Municipal, Revachol's underground cemetery. Le Petit Rat braved the underground passageways, trying to get to Le Royaume,
Le Royaume.
where the Philippian kings were interred with their doctors and their admirals. Mausoleums, burial chambers, leaf gold still remains on the double door of the morning.
That's where Kuno said he's gonna go.
Yes, to peel the gold off with his fingernails.
Le Petit Rat.
Children
Whatever.
under 14, they go underground looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper.
Deeper.
After rubies, melchiorite, lapis lazuli, plundered from Safle and Seol during the time of the suzerain. In the burial chambers of the kings, Grand Old Philip, Guillaume II, and even in the mausoleum of Philip the Opulent. 2 kilometers underground, in a winding shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed, so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine, favored by
Cocaine.
Revacholian royalty. Did someone say untold quantities of cocaine? Drop everything immediately and go looking for this hoard.
Wipe the snow from my shoulder.
Few Petit Rats return from the shafts. Even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of the black tunnel with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces and on the weather-worn shacks where fathers beat their sons after drinking. The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water.
Damn. Okay, what's in the east?
The canal you crossed to get here and beyond it. Martinez proper, the district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping snow off their windshield at the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds.
That's all?
Like all monuments, it's also a warning. 6-story ruins on the south side of the roundabout cast a
Go
long
through
shadow
all dialogue
over the
here?
profligate king.
Okay. And
A
further?
fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off its hood.
North.
The abandoned church, one of 2 remaining stave churches, which were collectively called Les Sept Sœurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the Revolution.
And further north?
A serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves, sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul.
And on the islets.
The remains of a camp on a jagged piece of rock, a tent, old dishes and cutlery, long since abandoned. A hermit crab scuttles among the debris, looking for a new shell.
Aww.
Further out, the lights burn bright on
I used to have
Resurrection,
hermit crabs and we
way
had a
beyond
SpongeBob
Martinez.
shell.
a popular spa destination for ample-bodied Ozon kids with equally ample pockets.
And on the other side of the inlet?
Then there's Ozon, but the snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far.
Before that, before the curtains are drawn.
The Bay of Revachol, vastness, great depth, over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air brinier than here. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos, wild pines, Zam, Mauryan, and at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of the Coalition warship, Archer, on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market. You shudder.
What's in the south?
The raised motorway, 881, separating Martinez from Jamrock. Vehicles whoosh past one another day and night.
I mean, it might just be
while
the way
those who
British
reside
people
in the
pronounce things. I
labyrinthine
don't know.
alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And
Also,
south of
this
the
is a world that
881
doesn't exist,
is
so
the Pox.
they don't have the rules, the same rules as us. The pox.
Was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many
It's not
children.
time for you guys
Most
to eat
everyone
yet.
has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since. The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves
Yeah,
roaming
maybe, I
in
don't know.
packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners
You might be
cordoned
right.
off.
Hi.
Heavy drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace.
Further south.
A line of motor garages with armored carapaces hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Capri 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill. It serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance. Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells.
No, it was home. I want more.
The stairs descend to central Jamrock. A man named Cooklove has a snow-covered stall there in the market across the bridge. He sells kebab infested with fly larvae to your colleagues who believe eating it will make them immune to food poisoning. Snow falls
Ew.
on the utility district, the library, the florist, the Sarah Mauritian restaurant that offers homemade wine, and also on the brothels and drug dens and the chop shops of the Zemlyaki. All of this built around a lake that formed in a meteorite strike. At the center of this lake, there is a little ship. There are lights at the bottom of its hull. They are lights directed toward the seafloor, looking for something, like whiskers.
For what?
A chill comes over you, crawling down your back. The sand under your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind.
What's above?
More Coalition aerostatics. Occasionally, lights flash as they maneuver through the falling snow. One large airship carries crates in its belly.
What's below me?
Layer upon layer of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage, hidden bunkers. Rats scuttle.
Tell me a secret of the sands, wind.
Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You would probably never happen across it. But who knows?
Stomp my feet for warmth, brushing off the snow, finish.
We should
Stop.
keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up?
Nice. Hello. I'm gonna go around a little bit.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
Alright, pick up the handset.
You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Alright, let's try it. Put in 10 cents and dial a random number.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre? Is that you, Pierre?
No, this is not Pierre.
Do you have any news about Pierre?
Who is Pierre?
He's my sister's grandson. He used to visit me as a lad. Fine young man. But who are you then? A salesman of some sort? Modern goods are rubbish, and I can't afford them anyhow. It's a shame what you did to our country.
I'm a police officer.
To hell with the police. To hell with you.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach,
That went well.
growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
Can I just do that endlessly?
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
I'm gonna take a closer
It's
look.
streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
I think this is the jacket of the Idiot Doom Spiral guy wanted me to find.
I'm sure he'll be thrilled to have it returned.
I'll take it. I don't remember the Doom Spiral guy, but... Take. So much to take. Glasses. Is that everything around here? A coin. Wine can is... Oh, it's empty, bruh.
Smell. It's awful and familiar.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency, that faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that.
You lost your keys?
Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
Oh, it's something within me. Kim, what's that smell?
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Eyes up, detective. Something's not right here.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Examine the tear.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find.
A tragedy.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
Examine the cigarette package.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra.
Examine the kebab.
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge.
I'm
The
hungry.
wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol.
Leave. I'll talk to that guy. Stop messing with CoinViewer.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle.
Oh, that guy's
Right next to
dead.
him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted.
That
like
is a dead
sad
guy.
puppet.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is, he's been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself.
Bruh.
Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Study the man's clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
No!
A cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue? Oh no. This sounds terribly familiar.
Search his
You
pockets.
find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Study the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair.
Is that
of
how
his
he
feet
died?
is still dangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine or 1.5 of spirits.
Examine his face.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze.
Ichi, what are you doing?
Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly
Ichi,
hair,
that's my green
stout
screen.
build. Age approximately 50
Not
to 60 years. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most
That's
likely.
sad.
Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last.
Study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. Be very, very careful where you step here.
Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch.
Why did I
This is
touch
where
it?
he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
No, just this one at the back of his head.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Step on the floorboards.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile.
Examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
Jesus.
It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us.
Examine the chewing gum wrapper.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Look in.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario, even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
Weird.
In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop.
Step back.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
A dead working-class man with a bottle in his hand? Don't deceive yourself. You know who this is.
Oh my god, it's the working class woman's missing husband, isn't it?
The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband?
The leather jacket. Oh my god, it matches her description.
The bright blue lining? Well, he's definitely someone's husband.
What do you think happened to him?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Could it be related to the lynching?
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident.
Thank you
and relate it to the
for
murder case.
lurking.
Yes, but what if there's a killer on the loose? 2 suspicious deaths in such a short time frame.
We should consider the possibility that we're dealing with the... No, it's not. Connecting with the lynching is a
Without
stretch.
any further evidence, yes.
Do you think he was drunk?
Oh, yes.
What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the box.
Yeah, someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition
Sorry.
officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
Right.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see 2 options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
What about field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Goddamn right.
I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary
Yeah.
work.
You're right. I don't see anything criminal here. Let's leave it.
Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest.
Let's take it. We should finish.
Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
Okay. Leave. Okay, I have to pee really quick. I'll be right back. Okay. We move. Where are we? Oh, wait. We're still investigating, aren't we?
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53.
Look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Alright, look at the back.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Alright, put it away.
As you hold it in
Where's
your
it?
hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
How'd this jacket get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak.
Think
Are you?
about it.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it.
Gross.
Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
Ew, ew, ew!
Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere.
Oh, fuck.
This is a disaster.
Oh, fuck. Ooh. Alright, I can do more. Yeah. Let's level that up. Yeah. Should I check out the church or... Yeah, I guess one here.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Open the padlock with the key.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Okay.
Let's go.
Pull on the doors.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum in the heart of the city.
What? Where am I? What the fuck? Hate this. Really hate this.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone.
Oh.
Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums, you can hardly hear your own breathing.
Stomp my feet and clap my hands.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Yell.
Your voice is barely audible.
Fuck.
Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving.
What's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Almost nothing. It's beginning to worry me.
The church just has strange acoustics, some engineering trick.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is.
Something odd is happening around us, Kim.
The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up next to you.
Look up into the bell tower.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
What if I want to know?
The silence,
Fuck.
the darkness, they've enveloped.
Shit.
Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin.
Blank. What?
See something hanging from
What?
the rafters.
What?
Looking straight at you
What?
with dark eyes.
What?
Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Nah. 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 I'll be taking this stuff. God, really hate that. Really, really hate that.
Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently. The crab man.
The crab man. Who's there?
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be all right. You come to the right place.
The right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Yeah, I guess I have a bit of a problem and it's been getting out of hand lately, but...
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
Oh, I'm very in touch with my suffering.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc El Vino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually,
Okay.
since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Thank you, Kim.
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
For some reason, I feel like you have a point there.
Don't trust me. trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
Okay.
This Mother of Silence sounds like a serious player. You might want to be careful until you find out what you're dealing with.
You must be the crab man.
Never known myself to be a crab, but if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
What are you then?
I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams.
Oh my god.
It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
Alright, what were you before you became a crab man?
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
So many people losing their memory, a certain portent of doom.
Nah, ese, it's not like that. Best thing that could happen to you, losing your memory.
Do you remember your name, sir?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information. He's just trying to assert some control.
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
My name's Harry.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
Okay. What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Who is this mother of silence?
Oh, that's no simple question, Essa. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
What will happen once you drink from this perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
You sure you didn't just switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
I'm somewhat of a flame. Faith is a kind of drug. Oh wait, I guess you have, whatever.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
I still
I
understand.
know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
Wait, I had to repeat. I don't understand what you're doing in the church.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
Singing is good. We should all sing a bit more.
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
How do you even find this place, this church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me.
Are these your shoes laying around here?
I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. I don't need them anymore.
Right. I have other questions.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You've been here a long time. Do you know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really, or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside? Right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me.
Nothing. Do they have a reason to be scared?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
Though he used to, a long time ago.
So what do you think about the nightclub, that is?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Do you know where the other spooker is?
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
There is another person?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks.
No. Alright, thanks. I'll see if I can.
You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Okay, then thanks.
Tremble. The time is now. Taola.
What?
Time for the show. For Taola.
What?
The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream.
Tayo? What is that?
Ulogu theodos. Xeno zausin.
What?
Ipoli osithian. Echondes fronisin.
What? When did this countdown begin?
Monday
what the fuck?
Morning.
What are you on about?
The moment you arrived in this reality are the first crack in the sheer face of God.
What?
From you it will spread.
This is because of the insane world ending I've been saying, isn't it?
Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself.
Am I sure it's not just a joke or a coping mechanism?
It's totally also a coping mechanism.
I'm a little afraid.
So you should be. The world island crumbles at your feet and in the far plain. Perhaps, just a thought, this has something to do with the hangover.
I do think the world might end soon, so I'm gonna opt
The
in.
face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor.
Alright, what's over here? Yeah, what is that hissing noise? Oh, it's one of these again.
A machine stands in the corner.
Is it the same
watched
thing?
over
Maybe
by
it's
the
different.
figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time
Oh.
it's already turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Just let me investigate. I'm gonna
You
step
see
behind.
fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Alright, look inside.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
Press play.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Votre accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio.
Yvonne, it's me again. How are ya?
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
I looked inside the core, but the tape on the filament just said log Feb Mar.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
Yeah, I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Like the one the Doom commercial.
I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brun, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brun, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine? That's the Doom commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
Alright. I'm finished.
Goodbye, votre accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing.
Alright. Let's leave.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty.
Interesting.
This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
No.
Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snowdrifts cover the floorboards at your feet. Above, you feel her multicolored eyes on you, inspecting you. As if under a microscope.
I am not your bug.
As that bitter thought passes through your head, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder with 3 fingers.
I'm not doing that.
Good call. She left us all in the shits. Don't give her a single thing. Just stand there in the apricot-colored light of the window, secretly grinding your teeth. The woman smiles her distant smile, unmoved, struck in half by the crack in the glass. Serves her right. She only cares about her sovereign's orb and her silk robes and getting to the aerodrome on time. To leave.
This is Dolores Day.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records.
You knew of the place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Ravachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
Okie dokie.
Okie dodo.
How did I know this is the mother of humanism?
It's a
Fuck.
mystery. A mystery sprinkled with self-pity and regret. For some reason, unknown to your mind, looking at her delicate eyes makes you feel like you're ready for drowning. Your heart knows, but it does not want to say, not yet. Let these things be unknown for now. All you know is, this is the young mother of humanity, and that you should go. Do something else. Escape her sad, worry-worn look. The shards glimmer in the dark.
Well, never mind. So we done in here? I think we're done in here. Yeah, I would like to leave. We got some things to do in Revachol, I think. So I'm not really sure how we get back. This way? Wait, that's not right. I don't think I'm going the right way. I'm confused.
Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere.
What happened here?
In this yard? Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscur, for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago.
What's a block obscure?
A black bloc, a part of the city left unrenovated after the war, or one that has fallen to gang violence, or has become inhospitable in some other way. Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house.
You're right. It's no place. Let's go. I need to get back to where I... Well, okay. Here we go. You just go straight. Okay, yeah.
Can I help you?
I found a new bird for the whirling.
What is this thing?
It's no biggie. I just thought it would look nice on the wall. I'm that kind of cop.
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy.
Yeah,
I
you're
can
welcome.
fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes
really
the bird.
likes the bird.
It solves his broken bird problem.
It does do that.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
Yes, goodbye. I don't know. I don't really think I have much else. What am I thinking about? Wait, what else do I have to do? Oh, I think we're gonna go call the station.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
pick up the radio.
This is
Hello.
Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need to report a dead body on the Martinez boardwalk.
One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
No, it seems like it was an accident.
No field autopsy necessary. What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He's wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Majon.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking it.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Connect me to Jamrock Public Library.
I'm afraid they're closed.
Fuck.
It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
We should try again during business hours.
Anything else, Detective?
I'm done.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Okay, close the door. Okay, I think I'm gonna switch up games because this is too much thinking and reading. So I'm gonna play something stupid for a little bit. This isn't gonna be a long stream. I'm thinking since like no one's watching, I can do like Power Wash Simulator again. Let's finish out the SpongeBob. I feel like doing that. I really want to do that. Anyways. Hello, Izzy. What are you doing? My goober. You're my goober. I love ya. Who's messaging me? Okay.